What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with the review for Married at First Sight, Season 15, Episode 7. The episode is titled Real Life Reckoning, you guys. So, before I go ahead and get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on my channel, and you guys aren't subscribed, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor, and please stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video. And you guys, with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss Married at First Sight, shall we? Alright, you guys, so we are done with the honeymoons, and I do apologize to you guys that I have not been consistent with Married at First Sight. It's just Wednesday nights had been difficult with watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Dubai, and Sisters, and then having to add Married at First Sight. It was just a lot for me, so I kind of had to put Married at First Sight to the wayside just for a little bit, but I'm going to do better at getting Married at First Sight up and out for you guys. So this week's episode, honeymoons are over and we are moving into the shared apartments where the shit typically hits the fan with the Married at First Sight couples, right? So let's go ahead and get into our first couple, which is Stasha and Nate. You guys, so with Stasha and Nate, honestly, I don't see those two lasting. I don't see those two making it to decision day. If I'm being honest, I don't see Stasha and Nate making it to decision day because I think that they are literally polar opposites of one another, and I don't know that that's gonna bode well for them. So they move into their apartment, right? So Stasha is talking about this, the bathroom sink, and how she wants all of her stuff on the sink. And Nate was like, where do I put my stuff? She's like, you got the drawers. I was like, not the drawers, Stasha. Come on. We can do it. We can give him something. Like, we can give him something. So Stasha is a clean freak, and I'm not upset about that. I don't have an issue with that, right? The thing that I will say later in the episode, she did kind of work my nerves when it came to going to Nate's apartment, which we'll talk about that in just a minute. But I don't have an issue with her being a neat freak, a clean freak. He tells her, he leaves dishes in the sink. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I don't leave dishes in my sink too long, but I know most people, I have people who are like, why don't you, because my family would be like, when you cook, why don't you wash your dishes while you cooking? I'm like, that's not how I operate. My brain doesn't operate that way. Because whenever I'm cooking because, bitch, I'm hungry and I want to eat my food. So I don't clean my dishes right then. Now, there are instances where I will clean my dishes right then and there. Like after I eat, I'll go back in and clean the dishes, but sometimes, not always. I don't let my dishes pile up. That's something that I can't do because that sight just bothers me. Just seeing a bunch of dishes piled up, it just bothers me. So I don't let them pile up, but I don't wash them immediately. So he says he comes home. He also sometimes he'll come home from the gym and he'll lay down. Now that is something that I definitely won't do. I go to the gym. If I don't shower at the gym, I come home and that's the first thing that I do. But most times I got to the point because when I go to the gym, I get really, really sweaty and there's just no way I don't like being sticky. I don't like my clothes sticking to me, so I jump my nasty ass in the shower and take a shower, and that's that. And he says he doesn't like doing laundry. I was like, you don't like doing laundry? Okay. I mean, it's not my favorite thing to do in the world, but I definitely get it done. So then we see their individual homes. Now Stasha's home. I remember when they got married, that she said that her family says her home looks like it is staged. Ma'am, that house does look staged. Because I was like, who lives here? Like, you couldn't pay me to believe that anybody actually lived in that house. But it's a beautiful home. So she talks about she wants an espresso machine and that she drinks coffee every day. Now that is one thing. I have a little cousin. She goes to Starbucks every single day. I'm like, bitch, how do you go to Starbucks every day? Like, I love Starbucks as much as the next person, but I can't go every day. I can't. Like I'll tell you guys what. Like, I get a grande vanilla bean frappuccino when I go to Starbucks. I get a regular butter croissant and a chocolate croissant. Shit. You know what? But I actually had gotten to the point where I stopped because I got to the point where like, you know what? You spend so much money because I spend a lot of money when I go to Starbucks. I spend at least $11 at Starbucks. I'm like, damn, nigga, you spend way too much money. But she made some sense about the reason why she wants to get that espresso machine. It's cheaper, and he still didn't seem like he wanted to budge. I'm like, but it's cheaper because you just said she spends 2,400, right? And she's talking about, okay, that's me, you buying me this, that's significantly less, but okay. So then we see them. So they eventually went over to Nate's place, right? And Nate's place is like a typical bachelor pad, right? What I didn't appreciate about Stasha was when she was going through. Now, granted, I don't know why he has empty oatmeal containers and things other than that in his apartment. I didn't understand why he had a lot of empty stuff in there. Like, if it's empty, throw it in the trash. Why do you have it? But I mean, the fact that she was just going through and just throwing shit on the ground, I'm like, Stasha, that's a little rude. That's a little rude. You're giving me Lindsey vibes. You're giving me Lindsey. At least he ain't got bed bugs or bugs in general. So then we see Pastor Cal. So Pastor Cal visited them and he, asked them what marriage looks like for them, right? And it was in this moment that I was like, I don't know if these people are on the same page when it comes to marriage. She wants to be financially free, which we could figure that. Nate, and then, Pastor Cal asked him, have they talked about kids? And she says yes, but, he wants to have kids. He has a certain figure amount in his head that he wants to make. He says like $200,000, and he makes about $100,000 currently. And she was like, I'm financially stable, so we could have a kid if we wanted to. And honestly, I think it's more to the reason why he doesn't want kids. I think it has to do with his upbringing. I know he talks, passionately about his father, but I think it also has to do with his mother as well. I think that is a big thing in his past that he still has to deal with is his mother. So, Pastor Cal asked him, have they had sex? They haven't had sex yet. Now, I'm sorry. I'm with Stasha. I don't want to, like, you can have sex, right? But it would literally probably at this point just be just getting one off, right? Because there's no intimacy, there's no passion, there's no love there. She wants to be in love with him first before she actually, gives her body to him. And I'm all here for that. I'm cool with that. I don't have an issue with that. I like that. I respect that. So that's really all I got for Stasha and Nate. Let's pause here and move on to the next couple, you guys. The next couple of you guys is Morgan and Ben. Baby, I'm gonna pray for Morgan because there's just absolutely no way in the hell I could be married to Ben because Ben is just a lot, you guys. Ben is a lot. From him talking about, he wants her to unplug things at 4 p.m. because that is peak hours. What? No, sir. No. So she says that he, on the honeymoon, he left the toilet seat up and he did not flush. That is nasty. You know what? If I have to pick and choose which one I would prefer, because I have had an instance where I went to the bathroom, not my bathroom. I was at someone else's place, went to use the bathroom, and opened the toilet, and there was something saying hello to me. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm good. I ain't got to use the bathroom no more. I'll wait till I get home. I will wait till I get home. Actually, what I did was I left and I went to my gym that I'm a member of, and I went to the bathroom there because I was like, absolutely not. I am not about to flush your toilet because that is just no, no, no. Mm-mm. Yeah, but like I said, Ben would just be a no for me. I just couldn't be married to him. I couldn't. Like, you take frugal and cheap to a new level. You literally take frugal and cheap to a whole brand new level, and it just wouldn't be for me, you guys. And that's literally all my note says. I couldn't be with him. So then they went to see her apartment. Her apartment was nice. The coffee machine was nasty. That coffee machine wasn't clean. That was the only thing I noticed was her coffee machine wasn't clean. He noticed some of her. He noticed that coffee machine. He asked her how, because she wants to take the coffee machine with her. He's like, "How many watts is that?" I was like, "Ben, chill. It ain't that deep. What are you saving? Are you saving like I could see it if you were saving 300, 200, 500, even $100. But if you're talking about a few dollars here and there, it ain't. It's not really adding up. So shut up with me. Shut up with that. So then he talks about her cat, and he asked all these questions about her cat peeing. And I was with her. Why are you so concerned about where my cat pees? He pees in his litter box. Now, I will say one thing though, because I have, like, my grandmother's house and one of my cousins, him and his girlfriend lived with my grandmother at one point, and they had this nasty ass cat, right? That cat didn't have no home training, but the cat was just like his mother. That bitch didn't have no training either. Because he peed wherever he wanted to pee. And the house reeked of his pee. So I feel like if you train I guess if you train the cats, they will, go in their litter box as they should. But if you don't, they just do whatever the hell they want to do. So Pastor Cal, he eventually came over there to see them, and Morgan was talking about how upset she was with Ben because of the honeymoon. Because when he was talking to Justin, he had said that she wasn't a nurse, but she is a nurse. I think she said she was one course shy of her nursing degree. She has her associates, but I don't know how she explained it, but she is a nurse. Nonetheless, the girl is a nurse, so she just felt disrespected by him. He apologized and says that he should have talked to her. But she was talking about how the trust is just not there right now. And I mean, it kind of seemed like Pastor Cal was kind of trying to force her into saying, okay, you're forgiven. If my trust was broken, my trust was broken. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, I don't know what we're supposed to say. I have no idea what we're supposed to say. All right, guys, so I'm going to pause here with them and move on to another couple that I don't think is going to make it. I don't think any of these couples are going to make it the more I look at them. They have too many issues between them. Lindsey and Miguel, you guys, all these couples have issues. So I guess Lindsey has a cat as well, right? So she's telling Miguel about her cat. He told her he's allergic to cats. She's like, so what do you do? He was like, I'm just messing with you. I ain't allergic to cats. I was like, that was kind of cruel. Okay. So he keeps mentioning decision day, and Lindsey is like, why do you keep mentioning decision day? It's stressing her out. He says he wants to be real. She asked him, why does he keep bringing it up? He says he wants to be realistic. It don't give that you want to be realistic. It gives that you're trying to say, because I can get where she's coming from. It feels like you're saying, okay, I'm not really invested in this 100%. So if I ain't that invested in it, why waste my time? In 8 weeks, we can say, get a divorce. But they rename it vow renewal day. Y'all ain't getting y'all vows renewed. Then they go to Miguel. When they went to Miguel's apartment, I don't want to know why does Miguel keep bacon grease, and why does he keep bacon grease in his refrigerator? Never mind. I feel like Miguel is 1 foot in and 1 foot out the door. The way he's talking. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. There are two couples that I didn't listen. I was half asleep listening to them. Lindsey and Miguel is one of them, and so is Kristin and Mitch. I was half asleep with both of these couples. When Pastor Cal came to visit them, I wasn't listening because I was half asleep. I know that Lindsey was talking about conflict. I'm like, girl, why are you trying to force conflict? Because Pastor Cal told her, don't force it. It's gonna happen. Don't force it. Oh, it's definitely gonna come. Conflict is definitely coming between Lindsey and Miguel, because and I think that's one of the reasons why I wasn't listening to them, because I just don't think that they are. She might be okay with it, like she's okay with him. He ain't okay with her. Like, let's be real. Miguel is not okay with Lindsey. Lindsey is okay with him, and she's like, you got somebody that is cool with you playing Dungeons and Dragons, but I just don't see that he's okay with her. You guys can let me know what you think about that, and we're gonna go ahead and just move on back up to Kristin and Mitch. Kristin and Mitch, you guys, the most confusing of couples. So they make it to the apartment, right? And you know, they both say that this apartment is better than their respective apartments, and they weren't lying, because Kristin lives in a studio apartment. Now, her apartment wasn't bad. I'm gonna talk about it in a minute. Her apartment, a studio apartment, wasn't bad. Mitch's apartment was what bothered me. I was like, ugh, his apartment was nasty. Now, I'm kind of confused. Why did Mitch bring the condoms back with him? I was kind of confused about that situation, but hey, he brought condoms back with him from the honeymoon. I was like, but never mind. I'm going to leave that alone, right? So Kristin is talking about how happy she is. I'm like, girl, that'll be short-lived. That ain't going to last long. So Mitch's apartment was nasty as the fuck. His shower was nasty. I'm like, bruh, do you not clean your shower? Like, it looks like Mitch just hops his nasty, stank, dirty ass in that shower and just scrubs all the dirt and muck off of him from the day, and that be that. I'm like, ugh. Then his stove. His stove repulsed me. Oh my god, that stove repulsed me. Like I told you guys, I love to cook, but when it comes to my stove, I can never let my stove look like that. Ever, ever, ever. Because the minute I see grease caked on, I'm like, ugh, this is nasty. We gotta clean this up. We gotta clean this up. We gotta clean this up. And that look like it's a gas stove. Yeah, we gotta clean that baby on off. So then they showed us his refrigerator. I was like, what the fuck is that? Look, you got, oh my god, oh, I'm not like the cleanest person in the world, but there are just certain things that I can't. That shower blew me, and that refrigerator, that shower, that refrigerator, and that stove, they blew my spirit. Couldn't do it. I was like, that is nasty, Mitch. That is nasty, sir. That is nasty. That is nasty. That is nasty. That is nasty. Then a motherfucker. Gotta go. So we go over to Kristin with a wise apartment, and like I said, she lives in a studio apartment. It's not bad. But we met her dog, Luna. Luna she's a cutie. She's such a little cutie, but baby, Luna breathes hard as fuck. I was like, girl, why does this dog breathe like this? But she said she has asthma and some other stuff. I'm like, girl, I can tell. Cause I was like, damn, Luna. I was like, ooh, Luna. Luna. But I think her dog is so cute. She's such a cutie. But this relationship is a dumpster fire. It's a dumpster fire. So we found out from when they talked to Pastor Carter, they've had sex with each other. I was like, really? But you know what? We did see that scene where she gave him. Now he read off, a bubble bath. It was some stuff that she promised to do. They took advantage of that bubble bath. So I'm guessing that's when y'all had sex. Mitch would be the last person I would have sex with. I'm sorry. I just don't see it for Mitch. Mitch talks about he doesn't want to feel pressure in his relationship. We can tell by that. But Pastor Cal does tell them that they need to act like they are married. You need to tell that to Mitch, the bitch. I just don't like Mitch, you guys. I'm going to pray for my sis, Kristin with a Y. I'm going to pray for her. I'm going to pray for her. I'm going to pray for her. Let's pause here, you guys, and let's wrap up the episode. All right, guys, so next up, let's talk about Alexis and Justin, you guys. With Alexis and Justin. Now, Alexis and Justin scene, I really want to cry watching that scene, because to know me is to know I love me some dog. I love it. I love dogs. I love dogs. And when I saw Newton, I was like, oh, he is so cute. He's a cutie. So she has some concerns about them living there together, because Justin has a dog named Maya, a cat. I forgot what that cat's name is. I don't do cats because I'm allergic to cats. So she wonders if Maya and Newton, will they mesh well together or won't they? Well, bitch, I can tell you how that didn't end well. So Alexis, I like her place because I loved her artwork. Now, Justin, when you was, oh God, girl, I would have never told him that one painting was you, because the man is going to jack off to it. I'm just going to tell you that right about now. The man is going to, if you guys don't have, since you guys are not having sex, that man is going to pleasure himself. Oh God. Because when I got back to the shared apartment, she said, where do you want me to put it? He said, the bathroom. I was like, bathroom or the bedroom. think he's at the bathroom. Run. That's all I gotta say. Run. Huh. So, his apartment was nice. Another studio apartment, right? The thing that blew me with Alexis was like, everything is in one space. Your bedroom, the kitchen, the bathroom. I'm sorry, Alexis, but girl, what do you expect when it comes to a studio apartment? Everything is literally together. There's no separation. Oh, I don't know how. No shade to. I can never do a studio apartment. I know that they're a little bit cheaper, but the reason why I say I couldn't do this is because I'm claustrophobic. I'm very claustrophobic. I don't like to feel closed in, and that is just too closed in for me. I it's way too closed. The space is just too closed in because there's no separation. There's no walls. There's no walls. There's no walls. No walls. I gotta have something that has a wall. Sorry. If anything, I need a wall between my bedroom and my living room. That is the place that I most, because I just don't want to. No, 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 no. And I'd be fine with a studio apartment if, like, because I have saw some studio. Well, that's not really a studio, is it? Well, it is a studio because there's no wall dividing it. Like if it's a studio that has a staircase, like where like your bathroom, your kitchen is downstairs and your bedroom is upstairs, I'd be cool with that. But as far as everything just being in one whole space, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no. So Newton, he got attacked by Maya. Now, I'm sorry, Justin. When Maya first saw Newton, she growled at her. She growled at him, and it was a loud growl that I heard it. And I'm like, why didn't Justin put her away in that moment? The cat didn't have an issue with Newton. It was just Maya. It was Maya. So then at one point they were in the hallway and she bit him. I mean, she bit him on his eye. And, Alexis was like, he's bleeding. So she called the vet to see if she could take him in. And Justin was like, can I go with you? She says, no. So then Pastor Cal came over and visit them. And she said, so I'm on Alexis' side because, Justin, I think you definitely should have told her this, right? Because she could have made a better informed decision about her dog. Do I believe Justin lied to her? No. But he could have told her, Maya has had instances where she's gotten into it with other dogs. And he says the other dogs antagonized her. That could be true, right? I'm not disputing that, but I feel like you should have told her that. I definitely feel like you should have told her that. That is something that you should have conveyed to her so that way she can make a better informed decision about about how to maneuver in this space with her dog. And she said it. I mean, you literally heard her when she said, he's not a dog. He's her son. He's her child. So I think Justin should have told her his situation. But hey, let me know what you guys think about it. That's all I got for this episode of Married at First Sight. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, you guys. Turn on your post notifications. Share the video, you guys. Until the next time, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands, you guys. Wear a mask. Socially distance. Be blessed. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.